Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to Play the Hits, where we just rescued some soft, cuddly aminals. How you doing, Max?
Oh, it feels pretty good, man.
It does feel good. You know, I feel like we did our good deed for the day. And now Samus is going to tell us all about how she feels on the matter. In the past, they've helped me blah, 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 blah.
That's what Samus does.
That's what Samus does now. Get used
Apparently, yeah.
You know, Nintendo's really running the risk at this point of having as many games where Samus just, like, yaks constantly as they do games where she's a silent badass.
That's
like
true. They might have more of those now. Although
they definitely
Samus Returns.
Back. Yeah, they went back to classic Samus and Samus Returns, which is one of the good parts of that game.
All right,
we can now confirm the deaths of all crew members.
Good job, Samus.
We're talking like 9/11 levels of devastation, Samus. You may want to get off this ship before you're part of an investigation. Oh, God. And Samus, despite your best efforts, everyone is dead. You are a failure.
Oh, you're getting the power bomb.
Power bomb time, baby.
Yeah.
Sector 5, Arctic. Go. Now. Go. Now. Like freaking Emperor Palpatine. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Go. Do it. Do it. Wouldn't it be great that's how he's talking to you this whole time? Do it. We can confirm the deaths of all crew members. Everyone is dead, Samus, except for you. You have done this. Oh, man. That's a pretty piss-poor Ian McDiarmid, but I do my best.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You got the idea across.
Just headbutt the ceiling before we go down the elevator.
Oh, so aside from Spider-Man, because it's like that's the new game I've been playing, but yeah. I've also been playing the hell out of Nier.
Okay,
which I remember because I was like, oh yeah, I thought I was done. No, it was I should have known that the director of these Drakengard games, he tends to troll players.
Right.
So it's just like, oh, the ending, that really, and then I basically played through the game again as a different character, seeing their side.
Yeah. And
it's like, now you get that ending, and now it's like, you see the credits twice, but now the game is literally continuing with new story, like, and it's not just like little stuff. This is like
major revelations, yeah.
Major,
yep.
Everything is changing. The game's continuing. In other words,
Dragon Quest XI style.
Yeah, I was nowhere close to the end of the game apparently.
Oh man.
And it's like now it's getting into some like Neon Genesis Evangelion shit where the world's just like everything's going to hell. And yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything just in case you play it one day, but
maybe I'll watch you play it on Play the Hits.
We can do that. Totally do that. But it's so good. It's so good. And it's just like it's not again, it tells me like even when Square is not doing the classic formula like Bravely Default or Dragon Quest, they can still do new games that, you know, take risks and do something different and are just a lot of fun. Like this is like gameplays like Bayonetta basically mixed with, I mean, like the first Nier. There's a lot of weird bullet hell stuff. And
I keep telling myself I'm gonna get the Bayonetta collection on the Switch, and I never.
Switch.
Well, it hasn't gone down in price yet. It's still $60.
It did like 4 days ago on Amazon.
You serious?
It was like 48. It was like $48 or something.
That's. Nah, I mean it's worth it, but it's still a lot.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it lower than that.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you when it's on sale.
A year and a half, almost 2 years now.
Oh yeah.
Like that should easily be like a $30 game.
I don't know, and you see it used for $30 if you just want the second one.
Which I don't, because I never played through the first.
Exactly, yeah, and everyone uses when they sell it. You know, they already used the code. So.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of unfortunate because the Wii U
code. I guess I'll knock it down to $55.
Right. I have the Wii U version, the first print of it that has 2 discs, and so I'm happy I have it. But I haven't played it at all, and it's just like, now I want the Switch version. Just
do you know how how's
pay for the game 3 times over?
How's the frame rate and everything on the Wii U version? Do you know?
It's all right. It's not bad. It's
because I know that was a big complaint with the PS3 version was that the 360 one just blew it out of the water.
And that's true. Although eventually they patched it so they were almost the same.
Okay. That's
But
good.
what was it? But yeah, the Switch version is just definitively the best version. Like,
Oh, no kidding.
Bayonetta 2 runs at 60 frames per second, like at all times.
Nice.
And on the Wii U, it's like 30 frames per second, which still, it's a fine game, but it is noticeable. Like, it just runs. Yeah. I
That's
just love
the
power bombs.
stuff.
That is the stuff. And it is just like, secrets
stuff.
will not hide from you anymore with
No
the power
mas.
bombs.
Except...
But, yeah, it runs a lot better on Switch.
Okay.
Both games.
Good to know. Huh, how do I get up there? This is a
But yeah,
This is a Shine Spark
What?
puzzle, isn't it? God damn
Is it? Really?
Maybe?
No.
No,
How would
it
you get
can't
through
be.
there? Yeah.
Well, you'd have to drop real quick, become a morph ball, and then...
Maybe get up. If you go up farther, well, okay.
Got you, you motherfucker!
This is what you gotta do. You just gotta power bomb everywhere. I feel like there were some more power bombs.
No!
What's
I fucked up! I have fucked
it?
up!
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
You knew that was coming, huh? Oh, gee.
Wait, why did she stop
Wait, where
chasing
is
me?
she?
I don't
She's
know.
not coming after you?
I'm scared.
I don't trust it. Yeah.
Me neither.
No,
Something
she's gonna
is-
come back.
Something is wrong. Huh, maybe not.
Maybe not.
She was just like, yeah,
Is everything okay?
I guess.
Okay.
She was just like, yeah, fuck it.
She's developing like a personality, and with that comes laziness.
I was just gonna say, like, she's a much better Samus, but she's also, like, way lazier. Like, yeah, I'll catch her eventually. Yeah, how much damage could Ridley really do to that colony? Dude, that guy is really hard to kill.
Where's the red ones?
The red ones just give you a crap load of
A lot
items and health.
more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. That was like the most anticlimactic SAX encounter so far. Like,
That
we didn't
was.
even actually see her. She just kind of
No, I just
shot
saw
at
some
me.
ice beam.
Yeah, right. Just kind of shot at me and then went home.
She's trying to weaken you. You're just like game to her.
Yeah, right. I don't need to
She's
fucking.
gonna let you scurry about for a little bit.
I don't need to fucking impress you. Dude, the power bomb opens up so much.
It's great.
As well, it should.
Yeah, because at this point you're probably slightly more than halfway through the game. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you're
I'd-
supposed to
I'd
be
say we're
feeling
getting there.
powerful,
Yeah, I'd say we're getting there.
and it's good that they give you a lot right from as soon as you get it.
Right.
Oh, fuck you! All right, just jump. Okay, yeah.
You asshole. I'm not gonna make that. I gotta let him go a
can do
little
it.
further. No, I can't. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna let him get about halfway. There we go. Now I can do it. Maybe.
There we go.
No!
Oh God! Those
Yes!
fuckers.
Those fucking Jedi reflexes. Do it.
Oh man.
Oh, man. Dude, Max, have we ever had this conversation? What's your favorite Star Wars?
Oh, you know what? Probably the same as everyone. Well, it's a.
So The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have to say the Empire. I
Well, I
have
mean,
to say
yeah,
the Empire.
yeah, of
but
course you have
let's
to
let's
say
go
it.
with second favorite. Like,
Okay.
let's
What's
go
your
with
second favorite? That's probably the more interesting question.
It's either A New Hope or what do you call it? Rogue One.
Okay, Rogue One.
good.
Interesting choice.
Rogue One is fucking awesome. I love Rogue One.
I loved Rogue One too, and
Yeah.
I think people are almost ashamed to admit they liked Rogue One because it's a spin-off and it led to Solo, which people have like really mixed feelings about.
Yeah, which I still need to see. I need to see it.
I actually thought Solo was a
no
lot
matter
of fun. I mean, I know
Yeah.
I'm in the minority there, but I like Solo.
It seems like because of Solo and how it performed that they're
Yeah.
taking a step back.
You know,
They're
I
like,
think
okay,
more
maybe
than
not every year.
I think more than there actually being something really wrong with the movie, it was just that Disney forgot to market the damn thing. Like, I remember all of a sudden, like, going to see a movie that winter and being like, oh, shit, I guess Solo comes out in, like, 2 weeks.
Well, there's that, too. And probably a lot of people thought that.
How
and
do
we're
I
like,
get there?
well, I just saw episode 8. Like,
Yeah,
there's
and that
probably,
was it,
no
too.
matter how good the movie is on its own merits, there's probably some fatigue.
Yeah, I remember even kind of thinking that. I was like, wow, dude, like, I was thinking it'd be, like, another year before. Like, Solo was supposed to be the one that, you know, kind of satisfied your Star Wars craving between the main entries. It wasn't supposed to come, like, 2 months after.
It came, like, in May or something like that. Yeah, instead of, like, November, December.
So controversial opinion here, too. Like, the more that I watch it, the more Episode 7 is becoming my second favorite behind Empire. Like, no joke, I know that it's new, I know that it retreads a lot of familiar plot beats, but the way that it does it, and, like, the emotional impact of some of the scenes, like, it walks the line really well between nostalgia for nostalgia's sake and just really tugging at my heartstrings as a fan, you know?
Yeah.
This was a return to form for what Star Wars should be. It was fun, it was adventurous, it had a great cast of new and exciting characters, it had an intriguing villain, and it set up a mystery that, you know, even if Episode 8 didn't really deliver on some of the mystery the way that I hoped it would, I mean, it was still a damn good introduction for a new...
for when it came out, and I agree with...
For a new Star Wars arc, that was awesome. I mean, it had to do so many things. Yeah, it had to do so many things after the prequels, and it did pretty much all of it really well.
And the thing is, people say, oh, it retreaded, you know, some story beats, like, especially for New Hope. And that's true. It did. Yeah. Like, I understand why it did. But I think people also forget it took some risks. Like, the main villain, Kylo Ren, is nothing like Darth Vader. He's completely different.
Well,
and I love it. He's a great villain. You know, I everything about Kylo Ren in Episode 7. And I'm not dissing him in Episode 8. I think it's
he just didn't have as much. He really didn't develop much in 8, truth be told. I mean, he it's kind of like they spent half that movie making you think he was really going to develop, only to have him land, like, right back where he started.
I'm wondering, though, if there's something from 8, if there's, like, intentions or something going on that we don't know. I'm kind of thinking no.
Well, it's going to kind of depend more on, what's his name? The director. Come on, help me out here.
The director for 8?
Yeah. Or no, the director of 7 and 9.
Oh, I was gonna say Michael Bay. Holy shit!
No, lens flare, man. Gosh darn it! Oh my god, this is so embarrassing.
This is bad. He did Star Trek as well. He did the first 2.
J something.
Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. Thank you. There we go.
Thank you.
And so I think that's gonna largely depend on him and, like, where he really wanted to go with it. But I think that even though I really respected what Ryan Johnson, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what Ryan Johnson was trying to do with 8, which is to kind of, like, boil Star Wars down to, like, the basic bare bones elements of what makes a Star Wars movie. And try to get you over this idea that, like, everything has to be significant and every character needs to have, like, some kind of special destiny and all that. I kind of feel like he almost went out of his way to undermine some of what J.J. Abrams set up, which I was really intrigued by.
Yeah, and I feel like that, too, that J.J. Abrams, or at least, I mean, the writers and the whole team for 7, purposefully kind of obfuscated Rey's past, kind of made it a mystery. And it's like, oh, is she related to... I mean, that whole, 2 years, right?
Right.
Was who are Rey's parents, what's going on with that? Yep. And it was almost kind of like, not a diss, but it was just like, yeah, you know what, fuck that. She came from nothing. And of course he could be lying.
Wasn't really... Yeah, that's true. But that wasn't actually what really... That plot point I actually was more on board with than some of the other.
I think we talked about that, and it's like, I actually like that. You know, that
not
everyone has to be a Skywalker.
Yeah, right. That Rey can just be her own thing, and she's cool.
Be amazing and come from nothing.
Right. And to me, like, it's almost more like she's almost like Yoda. She's just an anomaly in the Force. You know, she's just really powerful and just a cool character, all by herself, without having to inherit anything or take anything from the Skywalkers.
That's another thing about the newer, like 7, just the newer movies, is I felt like the prequel ones tried to explain so much, and the Force was better when it was like this mysterious.
Yeah.
They don't talk too much about it, and they wouldn't because it's just accepted in their universe,
Right.
and you just go along with it because you're just a viewer,
Right.
watching this movie.
Yep.
Instead of midichlorian.
It's just the fucking space magic that moves the plot,
It's the magic, and they can play fast and loose and be mysterious with it because it's the Force.
Like,
and
I'm more than okay with that, Like, if you've got, like, the Force, then make the Force whatever the hell you want it to be. If you've got, Lord of the Rings, dragons, and everything else, as long as it's in universe, I really don't care what the explanation is. I'm just here to have a good time, and that's...
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like some of the changes that 8 made kind of came at the expense of having a good time. Like, they were so intent on demythologizing, like, some of the main parts of the original trilogy, like making Luke Skywalker kind of this depressed, lonely figure, which I thought worked, but then at the same time, like, they almost forgot to have him interact with Rey and everybody else, Like, was I mistaken in thinking, like, Rey should have had a little more time, like, actually training, and
seriously,
like she could have gotten a lot more answers from Luke than she did.
You think about Empire, that was the perfect amount of...
Yeah.
You felt like Luke really was on Dagobah for a while.
Yeah,
and,
like, I kind of feel like with Rey, she's not quite ready to be doing some of the stuff that she's expected to do in the next movie.
Which I get, and it was the same...
By the time Return of the Jedi...
Oh, go ahead.
By the time Return of the Jedi rolled around, like, Luke was full-blown Jedi. Like, he was ready to go,
Yeah.
I don't get that from Rey just yet.
They also did a time skip kind of thing where it seemed like between Empire and Jedi that he'd
Oh yeah, he went back and he went back and he trained more with Yoda. But, like, Rey can't exactly do that with Luke,
No, she can't.
And there's, like, to my knowledge,
like,
no other Jedi Master who's going to be able to, like, actually...
Yeah, she's the last one.
Yeah. Luke basically kind of, like, gave her Force basically what Luke did for her was what Obi-Wan did for him on the Falcon on the way to the Death Star. And I feel like that's not enough. I could be wrong. I could be way off on that. But I actually really like what Rian Johnson did with Luke, and I kind of wish there were more of it. I kind of wish, like, the ending that we got for Luke actually came in the next movie.
Yeah.
And I get what they're doing, too, is they want to, give the former cast, like, their moment before they, usher them out and focus on all the new stuff. But at the same time, I think Mark Hamill...
dying.
Mark Hamill, probably could have hung on for another movie, and I bet you money that they're going to bring him back as a Force ghost in the next one.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too.
In fact, isn't he, like,
I think they already announced that he's
isn't he, like, in the cast?
Part of the movie. Yeah, he is.
He is casted.
So he should be a Force ghost. Yeah. And it seemed like that makes all the sense, because he definitely had a mastery to the point where he's, like, astral projecting himself.
Yeah, dude, and that's another part of my disappointment. I, like, really want to see, like, seasoned veteran Luke, Like,
we did not get a whole lot of his attitude. We did.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, I like I said, I was one of the few people who really enjoyed what Rian Johnson did with him, which is, like, made him, like, this completely demoralized and, over it Luke,
Yeah.
But since he finally, got back to himself at the end of the movie, it would have been great to spend a little more time with him.
Yeah, and just to see a little bit of kind of his Jedi chops.
Yeah, exactly.
He was still pretty young when we saw him. And to see a Luke who is more of, like, Jedi Master,
yes,
that's
absolutely.
more on that level, I would have loved to see that. And we really didn't.
No.
So, apparently there's a comic. The comic of The Last Jedi did it a little differently than the movie. I don't know exactly what they did, but I'll have to look into that to see kind of how they sent Luke off.
That's interesting, but at the same time, like, I hate having to go to, like, if I'm gonna read, like, a Star Wars book, I want it to be supplemental, not, like, alternative.
Oh, this changes things. Yeah,
right.
Because then it's like, what the fuck do I believe then? What's the
And like, is the canon this, like, book, this comic book that I paid like $2.99 for? Or is it like this, great epic film that they spent millions of dollars
that fits
making?
with the other films? Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Yeah. But at the same time, I guess I can kind of appreciate that.
I definitely see episode 7 being one of your favorite, and I think it is in my probably top 3.
Oh yeah, I was actually going to say that. Back to my original point is that episode 7 was awesome, and I don't care what
episode
anybody
7's
says.
great. Again, the villain is great. I love Ray and Finn and their dynamic. Even fucking Poe. I love kind of the bromance between Finn and Poe.
Yep. Oh shit. Shit. Let me go.
Ooh.
You fucker. Oh my god.
Damn.
Dude, this boss is going to wipe me out. Am I supposed to be shooting his goddamn face? Like, where's his
It's
weak
his
spot?
face. It's his mouth.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's his mouth. It's not his ass.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. I don't know about those flames, dude. What are you supposed to do to avoid them? Because they come out pretty fast. You're just supposed to eat it.
Oh shit! Dude,
Holy shit.
I think I'm dead.
Not yet. Not yet.
We're getting there though.
I think it's just a game of avoiding until
Yeah,
he does
you're right.
this,
I think I'm supposed
or-
to spend more time in my morph ball than I am.
just don't let him grab you, I guess.
Right.
Real helpful advice from me. Oh, but he's not even done yet, is he?
Oh shit! I'm about to get the space jump though, at least.
Oh, is that what you get here?
I think.
There we go.
God damn.
Oh my god.
Dude! It's like the first actual challenge.
Thankfully, you have ample missiles.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh man!
Okay, he's dying.
So am
He's
I.
in his I'm dying queue.
Oh shit!
Oh, come on. Some of us hit him.
God damn! No! No! I don't want to die!
One more hit, man.
Oh!
Oh!
Well,
Damn,
you
one
forget
more
I
hit.
would have still had to fought his oh man.
Oh, the parasite
Yeah, the parasite
under
form.
that.
Shit.
Shit.
Shit. Okay, well at least we know where to go, kinda sorta. Huh.
Oh, the
I was
other
not
thing I was
ready
thinking
for a
about
defeat there.
episode 7 is just the look of things. I feel like they kind of updated how some things looked. Like the use of force and everything. Like I just remember when Kylo Ren stopped kind of that
what the
phaser
hell's
from hitting him.
What changed here? Did I not?
What's going on?
There won't let me pass that bug now. Do I just have to talk to him again?
Talk to the bug. Can you please move?
There we go.
Let's
Okay,
see.
here we go. They're
All
making
right.
me sit through this goddamn dialogue again.
Yeah.
Oy. Yeah. Anyway, so go ahead. Sorry, continue with your thoughts.
Just how it looked is that the prequels kind of, obviously the graphics were updated and everything, but they didn't. It was really just like adding CG.
Yeah.
But with episode 7, it really changed how things looked, and I was okay with that. Just like how the Force looked sometimes, like
Yeah.
when Kylo Ren stopped that phaser, like the laser from hitting him, just like the shakiness of it and stuff, like things
Oh
looked
yeah, that was
kind of
great.
raw,
Yeah.
and I was like, that looks cool. Like I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there was there was some weightiness to everything that was really missing in the prequels.
Yeah,
Everything was so floaty and Jedi bouncing off the fucking walls. It actually felt like people were gonna get fucked up in some of the fights in episode 7.
yeah.
Like that lightsaber fight, but that was another thing about it. It lacked a proper lightsaber fight, which if we're talking about Jedis, I really want a good lightsaber fight.
Yeah, for
and I
sure.
thought 7 really delivered on that. That was one of my faves,
Yeah.
precisely
Now
because it felt so grounded.
I will say probably one of my favorite parts of episode 8 is that throne room fight. I
That
did
was a good
like
one.
that.
That was
and that
good.
was like as soon as Snoke, bit it,
Yeah.
and then they did that. I was all for that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think episode 7 still definitely has it beat when it
I
comes to the action.
I would have given it to 8 if at the end of that fight, when Rey and Kylo turned on each other. Like, if they had duked it out there for a little bit. Like, had, like, a proper rematch.
Yeah, instead of it's just, immediately a tug-of-war of the Force.
Yeah, right, like, have them fight for a little bit, and then, like, they drop the lightsaber and they both go for it. Like, that would have been more acceptable to me than what we got.
Yeah.
But again, like, I'm talking like I disliked the movie, and I really didn't. I just thought that there were some things that could have been a lot better.
That's how I feel. There were some issues. There was a lot I liked, and a lot that was like, wait a second. I think the biggest thing for me, the thing I noticed right in the theater was the whole, and this still gets me. I know we talked about this. I'm not sure if it bothered you so much, but the whole mentioning the gas thing, I was like, what?
Yeah.
This was never an issue ever at any time.
That's true.
Right as they said it, I was like, huh?
Though, as a plot device, I actually thought that it worked. Like, it did build tension. But I feel like that movie was a little too much building tension and not enough payoff. Like, one of the things that actually did bother me a bit was...
Felt like a bottle episode, but a movie.
Yeah, it did. And one of the things that actually did bother me about that movie was that we got nothing on Snoke. Like, I understand that in the grand scheme of things, he is not the important villain, which is fine, but at the same time...
That was kind of a surprise that they established.
Which is okay, but at the same time, he's the one who turned Kylo Ren. I would have loved for him to at least be like, this is how I did it, you know, or this was my like, I slowly infiltrated Luke's Jedi Academy and, you know, turned you into what you are. Just, like, even a reference, you know, like...
I wouldn't put it past them to add that in 9.
Yeah, I mean, there's mystery and that... Wow, I am doing way different than the first
so much better.
There's, like, mystery, and then there's just, like, not explaining yourself at all. Like, having a character that is... Like, no matter what Rian Johnson thinks, Snoke is absolutely significant. I mean, he turned a major character to the dark side. And so, as a result, like, we need to know a little bit of information instead of, like, nothing.
Well, see, now I have a different take on it, and I do agree, like, Snoke is an important character, but I think that's what kind of, like, set up Kylo Ren's ambition and made it seem so powerful even more. It's just like, Snoke is this important character, and there's probably a lot of stuff going on there, and yet it's just like, fuck that. Like, you don't even have to know we're just gonna get rid of him this quickly because really Kylo's the important story here, like, you know, and it kind of made you feel that way.
His whole defining characteristic was that he unleashed Kylo Ren on the universe, which I get. But like I said, at the same time, I think you're right. I think we will get some of that in episode 9. But the fact that we're gonna get it after Snoke could even like we still don't even know like what his goal is. Like, does he want world domination? Does he want, you know, some kind of religious zealotry like Darth Sidious, or is he like his own
motivation?
Is he just like is he just like a big fucking space pimp in a gold robe? I mean, like, what?
And that definitely goes back to the Johnson, the director, that he was kind of like, okay, these things were set up. It seemed like that episode 7 really did set some things up, and you know, it's almost like he went his own way and was just like, yeah, screw that.
Yeah, I mean, and he definitely did, which is not what I fault him for. What I fault him for is going too far, and like it or not, if you're in charge of a sequel, you have to. You
gotta respect some things.
Yeah, you've got to respect some things that came before. At the very least, you know, J.J. Abrams went out of his way to set up, you know, there was something there with Rey's past. There was something there with Snoke. And to say, like, absolutely, no, there's not. You're fucking stupid for thinking that. I don't know. That didn't do it for me. But at the same time, like, other parts of the movie that people, hey, like you mentioned the fuel, like, you know, they never explicitly mention fuel, but at the same time, like, look at all of, like, the crap that the Millennium Falcon went through in Episode 5. You know, that thing was a hunk of junk, and they had to, like, constantly stop just to maintain that ship and keep it running. So, you know, at the very least, there's some precedent for, you know, Star Wars vehicles to need, you know, care and maintenance.
Yeah, it's not a Star Trek universe. It's a lot more realistic, gritty, you know. It's
Why? Why are you here? What the fuck? Oh my god!
At least you have full health, dude, but damn, you should have hit a save point or something.
Oh my god! We're gonna die! We're gonna fucking die!
Sweet.
Why?
That was surprising.
That was horrible. Oh dear God. Like, why are you here? I guess I'm supposed to go backwards? You know, you're right. A save point between there and then would have been helpful.
Would have been nice.
Yeah. Good God. We've got to be coming up on a save point here, too. We're about at the episode's end. Here we go. Right below me. Below me.
It's like hitting Scissor Man right when you don't want to.
Right? They should play that music when Sack shows up.
Okay. Maybe there's like a mod.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Yeah, maybe there's a save point. Well, might as well go forward, right?
Yeah.
Instead of backward. I actually can't tell what I can go through and what I can't.
Can't go to the left right there.
Apparently not.
Right below. No?
Yeah, fuck it. We got our save point, which is what counts.
Yeah.
And now we've entered that phase in the game where I'm just laying power bombs every time I enter a room.
Yup.
Oh, god damn it. They won't let me go to the save point? Alright. Guess we're going a little long with this episode. Because fuck you, that's why. Alright, we get it. You want me to use the space jump? I can use the space jump. I know how to use the goddamn space jump. It's a lot more maneuverable in this one than it is in Super Metroid, I feel like. There we go.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Or at the very least, more forgiving. Alright, well.
Oh, where if you miss one jump, you don't fall all the way down.
Yeah, you don't fall all the way to the floor. You can kind of do...
That was an issue.
Do this here, see? She kind of... Yeah, there you go.
That's nice.
Anyway, next time on Play the Hits, probably another Sax encounter, and I think we're on our way to the gravity suit at this point, so...
Oh, yeah.
Things are about to get endgamey.
Alrighty, looking forward to it.
We'll see you then, buddy.
See ya.